it's all good. 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 It's all good.
Welcome to the Greg Simeone Show. Today, I'm so fucking excited. I have my boy William Quinn here. He's a Marine veteran, entrepreneur, and Metro Parks police officer, right?
Yeah,
Detroit?
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
fuck yeah. So yeah, we met in the Marines, and Quinn has always been a dude that I've looked up to and saw all the, I wouldn't say hobbies, but I'd more say like lifestyle traits, attributes, job proficiency, everything I've always looked up to you on, whether it was in the Marine Corps or fucking on social media after. I just thought you've always been an interesting dude. And so when I heard that you were coming to visit Boston, I was like, hell yeah, dude, we definitely got to chop it up and have a pod. So I'm fucking glad you're here, bro. And fucking thank you for
Daddy.
pulling up, bro. I appreciate
You're so
it.
nice, Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Chopping it up. I love the Boston slang. Like, I want to implement it in my life, but I know it's just not right.
Oh, yeah. Dude, keep going.
So, like, when I was in the Marine Corps, like, I never left Michigan. I went to maybe Canada, but meeting people like Greg, Joey Disco, when I said Joey Davis the other night, I, until recently, thought his name was Joey Davis. I didn't know people were joking, like, the comedian.
Oh, you didn't know?
I thought, like, yeah, like, I thought that was, like, a word you use for someone who talks like that, like Joey Davis.
Yeah,
like,
you just thought it was
or Joey Diaz. That's what,
comedy.
But I never encountered people like you until I went in the Marine Corps, and I was just like, this is so cool. Like, this is literally like I'm in the town or what. I was like, I want to be that cool, but I just can't. I just,
that's fun. I love hearing you guys appreciate like the slang and new words too, because the town I'm from is like notorious. Like, we had fucking words for everything, and people be like, we never even heard that before. And I'm like, you haven't heard of this or that? Like, we would say doof for food. We would call the liquor store the packy.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
We
packy,
would There's fucking million other words.
Well,
Like,
there's stuff you don't even realize it. Like, when you were talking to my girl and all of us about being cops, like, you would say, like, yeah, he's a townie, or like, he's a townie cop. Like, no one says that where I'm from. You're either, they do say statey, like, people say, oh, that's statey. A few, I think, because they're trying to take it from y'all.
Yeah.
But it trickled to, Midwest.
Fuck yeah.
Or not Midwest, but
dude,
Michigan.
I want to say again, I'm really appreciative of you coming on here.
Dude,
like
you.
we were talking before the pod, this has been such a passion project of mine, and I haven't released it yet, but like talking to interesting dudes like you is what I fucking wanted to do this for. Like, I don't really know exactly what I want to do in life, but everyone that I look up to that I think has it going on, or is at least has the foot pointing in the right direction, I want to fucking pick your brain and see what's up and get all the good free game I can get. And because I think it's invaluable, the shit that you possess. So
well, I think you have started, like, you've set yourself up for success, because the fact that you have the mentality that you need to do all the boring shit before the fun stuff, like we talked about before.
Yeah.
I kind of compare it, because we were talking about this earlier, but I have people contact me all the time about business advice. How did you get where you're at? Like, I'm a veteran, or I'm soon to be a veteran. I want to start a business. And I kind of compare it to when you join the military. We all know you have to take your IST or whatever. Mm-hmm. You got to get your parents' approval. You have to do maps. You have to do all this paperwork. None of that is what you see in the movies or when you go to boot camp. And that's the cool part.
Yeah.
So, like, starting your podcast, getting this studio, you're not just using your Apple microphone to just like, I want to get right into the cool part. So, like, you're in the, so for anyone listening who wants to do a podcast, like, you don't need to have this, but I mean, spend the money, save up and buy a good mic or whatever.
Definitely. I think a ton of it is behind the scenes planning, but like, that was such a good point. Like, you don't see that shit in the movies. You don't see fucking waiting in MEPS for like a whole day just to fucking like do pull-ups. You tell them you're good to go to the Marines and like get your fucking balls checked. Like,
I know, like some German doctor, like, taking like a mini
cough
vibrator.
And they touch your nutsack. How's that nutsack?
Yeah, the one dude actually made me came. No, I'm playing.
What the fuck?
Keep that. Take that out.
Nuts. All right. Fucking next thing I want to talk about. Well, like, first of all, I want you to explain what cattail antennas is and how you got started.
Yeah, so cattail antennas, and this is funny. I say we to make myself sound more professional for government contract and stuff. Me and my girl I developed a wearable antenna system for originally military radios. And what that is essentially a specifically designed and cut piece of coax cable that goes through your kit, and it replaces your normal stick or whip antenna.
Yeah.
So when you're manipulating a rifle, working a casualty, or more important for myself, when I was in a CAAT platoon, it's all armored vehicles, getting in and out of the vehicle. So it's completely woven in. And then now I moved to relocation cables. So actually moving your OEM stick antenna somewhere else on your body. And that's a lot of law enforcement, like my girl and people at her department use my product, like DEA and those type of places. That because like they wear vests that aren't, you know, like Molly, like ours. Yeah. And I know I'm using the word Molly incorrect, but the panels where you put.
I knew exactly what Molly was, bro.
I know there's just I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, you know, so their vests are less militarized, so something like a relocation cable makes more sense for them. But
yeah.
So that's what I got into, this communication world of things.
And how is the police application of it? Like, do the police officers like it? Are they? Because I know you have great reviews from all the Marines. I've been reading those on your Instagram.
Oh, thanks,
they all
man.
seem to fucking love it. They're like, it's a lot more sleek. They don't have something hanging out of their thing. And like you said, when you're getting in and out of trucks or armored vehicles, the last thing you want is to be snagged or caught by something. And I also read the dude's testimony that he won like a squad competition, and he was saying that he was tracking through a swamp all night and he didn't get snagged on any of the branches or trees or whatever, and that was due to your antenna that he put right on his flak and had flawless performance from it. So I guess I just want to ask, like, what I know you've gotten awesome reviews from all the Marines and military, but how do the police like it?
They like it a lot. I don't get as much cool feedback from them because I think they're more hesitant on like photography, you know?
Yeah.
Because guys always include a review with a photo, and they love being, I'm telling you, I never asked for reviews. I never asked for like photos, but guys will just provide them to me. I mean, I get like recently an SF guy, they were doing security in like Singapore with Biden, and he's like shaking Biden's hand. You can see the antenna. And I was like, you know, I'm not going to make a dime off that motherfucker. So I cut Biden completely off. And it's just the SF dude. I said he may be shaking someone's hand or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
But,
something alluding to it. That's sick.
But a lot of law enforcement like it. It's just depends on what their department issues them. If it's an outer vest, they can weave it. My girl, she puts it actually along her belt. So the antenna's like here, and then her radio's here. So it goes behind her back.
Okay.
So she doesn't have the antenna like hitting her elbow and stuff.
Yeah. And then does the radio still have that slingy fucking thing? So you just pull it right up?
Like the CAAT mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, she like, and I do this myself too. I sling it across my back, and I have like a little, there's this guy named Mike Loop. I'm sorry, I made my own mic loop, but he makes a great product if you don't want to make your own. Yeah. And it clips to, it's like a piece of 550. So your mic's always here. And it's taut. So it's,
yeah.
You know, you're not when you're running, it's just going like this.
Yeah. Dude, that's sick. I love that. It's really so cool to see one of my friends fucking have like a cool ass company that not only you're making money off it, but we both know that's not the main focus of it. It's because you love doing what you do and you saw an opportunity in a window to make something better and you fucking did it, bro. That's so
Thanks,
sick.
Man.
So I love seeing that shit. And I guess you probably answered this on another pod before. I know you're on the New Hampshire one, but when did it go from like, all right, this is a sick idea that I have to like, I can make fucking money off of this. People actually want this.
That's actually funny because, so when I was overseas, this is how it all started. I had an EOD tech tell me on a little 2-day R&R thing to the nearby FOB. He was on that R&R, and we trained in Kuwait a little bit. He was an EOD tech, and he said, he's like, Quinn, you should make these things. They're called EOD wires. And he told me the idea of a wearable antenna, because a wearable antenna has probably been around forever, but the documentation I read in the 1960s is when people were kind of working on them, like Vietnam guys.
Yeah.
So he told me that idea, and when I left R&R back to our position, I found speaker wire, I found spare parts, I was clipping cables off trucks and shit, and I was starting to make them, and I made like 10 prototypes. I finally had one that was kind of durable and worked, so I made it for the rest of the platoon. And I remember till this day, my lieutenant saying, bro, like you could sell these. I bet some dumb lieutenants outside of Quantico would buy them, like $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, now name it cattail antennas. Get it? Because like cat tails. And then he was like, that's the dumbest name I've ever heard. And I was like, yeah. So fast forward, I get back home, I'm on Lejeune, and I'm like, maybe I could sell these. So I put flyers all around base. I literally get one phone call, and it's from like some staff sergeant who's like, you spelt something wrong on this flyer. And he's like, but it's still a good idea. He was, trying to, I was like, thanks. So you want to buy one? He's like, no. So I didn't make any sales. I think my first 2 years I made like 13 sales. But fast forward, I get out of the Marine Corps. I work at this gun shop. Life happens. And then I'm like, I don't want to work for anyone. Like these people that I work for that are like ages or, years younger than me, like are treating me like shit. So I just want to work for myself for a while. And I was like, what could I do to make money? And I was like, oh yeah, that antenna thing. So I just like got on Instagram, started messaging people. I would like send Mike Jones, Grand Thumb a message. Yeah. Hey man, take my antenna. That's how it started. Like handing these influencers products.
So he's like a tactical influencer kind of?
Yeah, I'm sure Grand Thumb on Instagram.
Grand Thumb. I probably if you share his shit, then I definitely have seen him.
I mean, he shared one of my posts once and I had like 3,000 followers the next day. It was awesome. Insane. But
yeah, that's sick.
That's how it all started. And then that's how I met EOD Fish, who did the other podcast. And yeah, I mean, I've met people I've met today. Like I have early customers that hit me up and I send them my new versions because I'm like, dude, you were there in the beginning, you know, it's just so cool.
Fuck yeah, that's so awesome. That's so sick that you can develop a rapport with them. That's like not only based in sales, but it's like, hey, I'm a Marine too. I was a fucking RO too, and now you're a cop that uses it too. So it's like you develop this product knowing what they're gonna want, knowing how it's gonna be used. So yes, it's like very very cool for all this to come together.
And I mean, just to go right off that real quick, I met a guy, Milspec Mojo. He was a Marine RTO. He was in Afghanistan. He got hurt pretty bad. But he was just like me. It was like, a Marine RTO, an infantry platoon. He's a cop now. And he's a performance shooter. He's sponsored by Alien Gear. So he runs their duty level holsters, which are Alien Gear used to be on holsters, but now they're like these duty holsters are the shit.
Fuck yeah.
But he calls me now and we talk because we had this connection and I sent his SWAT team a bunch of stuff and he sent me a bunch of holsters, but I watched this guy maybe when I got out 5 years ago when I got out of the Marine Corps. I never would imagine actually talking to him. Yeah. But then we're on the phone just shooting the shit, talking about pocket pussies and it's just
like being boys with them.
Yeah, because you said the connection, we have these same experiences and the whole time no way, me too. So it's very cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. So another thing I mentioned a little before the pod was people that monetize their hobbies, monetize their passions, or even you when it's the same thing, but you see a lane and you're in the lane and you fucking go for it. So, and I also love freedom and not really working for anyone else by myself too. Totally. So that's why to me it's so important to have guys like you on my podcast so I can figure it the fuck out for myself from the guys that have actually done it.
And you're literally on the path.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate
we're always
that.
On the path. Yeah. I've never made a destination.
Yes.
Bill Gates has. Well, fuck Bill Gates, but I don't know.
Those guys, at the top of the food chain.
They're still on the path.
Yeah, they're still going. It's a fucking great point. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Another. Let's see what I got in my notes. Another thing I really wanted to ask you about was the gun store when you got out. You started working at a gun store right when you got out of the Marine Corps. How was that like?
Yeah, so I got out of the Marine Corps and I got into a really bad relationship with this. I don't want to get into it. I mean, I doubt she would ever even listen to this, but I bring it up because, and Greg and I talked about this, and I think I should bring it up beforehand. For all those people just getting out of the military, you miss your boys so much and that ability to just knock on your neighbor's door and be like, dude, come out and drink, and that camaraderie and going overseas and all the stuff you do with your boys in the military. You're just so hungry for that feeling again. And one of the easiest things that comes to you is a relationship that shouldn't be. You're like, I need to hold on to this because I'm getting some of those feelings back. Because you're so lonely. Lonely.
I remember you saying that last night, and I'm like, holy fuck.
And I don't want to take credit for this because Greg had this holy fuck moment when I told him. I had the exact same moment when someone told me. Yeah. So to see that was just cool because I was just like, that makes so much sense. I wish I knew who originally told me that. I think it was a podcast as well, but I heard it from. But
yeah. That's sweet.
But yeah, so that relationship, whatever. But so I needed to make some kind of money because I was just I had 13 grand in the bank account after the military, and I thought I was the richest person on earth. Yeah. I was like, fuck yeah! And I was living with my parents. I was like, I can do anything. I was buying guns. And I was like, bro, I have $100 now. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm over now.
Yeah. So I get this job. I was like, all I know is guns. So I went to this gun store on 8 Mile in East Point, which is 1 block over from Detroit. It's on 8 Mile, and it's in the hood. And it was such an experience. Like, you know, getting into fights, like pulling your gun out on people. Like, I snatched a gun from a guy once because he drew it out, and I don't think he meant to use it with malintent, but I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I chucked it across the room. I told this grown ass man, I said, "Go stand in that corner until I calm down." He was like 60 years old. He just walked over there and just stood in the corner. I was like, "All right, come on back now." And then I would teach dudes how to shoot, and I always joke, like, that year I worked there, like fatalities rose, like, instead of injuries, because I was, you know, because dudes were like shooting sideways and stuff. I'm like, "Come on!" And I would show him,
use two hands.
yeah, I'd show him proper grip and stance, and he'd be like, "Man, that's lame." And I was like, "Well, let's see what happens when you do that." And they're like, "This white boy might be onto something."
That's fucking awesome.
One dude, really cool guy, I used to see him all the time, but I kept helping him out. He was kind of hesitant on the help for a while, and then he started seeing the results. He would come in once a week, and then one day he came. We really had a breakthrough with teaching. And he came back later that day with 2 40s. He was like, "I want to say thank you, man." He gave me 2 40s. Like,
let's
2
fucking go.
yeah,
That's awesome, dude. What
Yeah.
if that's the Detroit fucking thank you card?
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Here you go, man.
That's unreal. How long did you work there for?
Just about a year.
Okay, dope.
One of the best things I ever got out of it was I was going through that weird breakup with that chick that I thought, you know, that was consuming me because of the loneliness I was going through. And this older guy who was learning to shoot in his like late 60s, early 70s, never shot a gun in his life. He would go every day to the range, and he would see me running the range, and he'd be like, "Quinn, like, you're looking down, man." And I would just start talking to him about it. He'd be like, "Let's get a burger." And to this day, I just went to his son's, which it's a shame that I had to, but his son's funeral last month. I mean, we still talk every week. We shoot together.
Yeah.
We just get a burger. And some people look at it as weird, but I mean, he's like you and me. He's just 70, whatever.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And that is like, that relationship like helped me so much because this person is an alcoholic and he was an alcoholic. So he explained to me things I didn't know about why the relationship was ending and why it needed to end and stuff. So like without him, I don't know, you know, where I'd be. So, but it was, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, for real.
This is another highlight of why I have my podcast, because I truly feel like a ton of men have a ton of good advice, ton of good shit up here.
Yes.
That someone just hasn't heard yet. And
Yes.
we both are examples of it 20 times over. And it's really cool when you can step back and be like, "Oh, this is why I was doing that, because I hadn't heard this before."
Mm-hmm.
And so now as we're getting older, we can start to be those dudes that give some
Yes.
free game and impose good shit on the youngins or whoever.
Yes.
They could be way older than us, but not have heard this shit. Age is just a number. We're all on a journey. So.
100%. I mean, this guy still asks me advice, and he'll ask me like, what did you do in these situations in the military or in the police? And but then I ask him life questions, you know, because he has such a different life path. So you're 100% right. Yeah,
dude,
things to be said.
It is cool. It's really cool too. I forget who told me this, but it's like you can never know everything, but everything can be taught to you. Everything that, so like you could know a million things, right? And you could teach me all those million things, but you still won't know the million things I have unless I fucking teach you. So
True.
It's a give and take, and it's really fucking, it's really cool when you sit down and talk about this stuff.
Yes.
Because like you and me really haven't talked in fucking years.
Forever.
Since the Marine Corps, yeah.
I know.
And it's like, we are now at a point in our lives where we can be like, "Oh, well, you haven't. I've fucked off the past 5 years. So you
I
can
have
go."
too.
Yeah, we've all like
Yeah.
fucked off a few years, and you're like, "Oh shit, all right." Now I'm starting to straighten out and fucking figure it out, at least in theory.
Yeah.
And fucking,
No, you
it's
are.
really cool talking to people like you who are helping me doing that. So I appreciate that.
And you're helping me continue on. Yeah, thank you, man.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Thank you.
All right. Next little topic I want to bring up was let's talk about the pistol stifling. It's stifling or stippling?
Stippling, yeah.
Stippling. All right. So when me and Quinn were in the Marines together, we lived a few doors down, and one night we went out and bought Glock 17 pistols at the local gun store in Jacksonville.
Downtown.
And I had mine, whatever, just cool, chilling in my room. And I go back the next day, and Quinn had completely
Stippled? Yeah.
stippled every fucking centimeter of this gun. So it's like a 10-inch Glock that he took with like a wood burner and stippled every fucking inch of it and made the custom grip. And I'll never forget that. And I'll never forget how, like, because I've always been a guy that's like thinking like, oh, you can't do this without this or that. But you're just such a custom creative guy. Like, I feel like everything that you have, you try to make it your own. And that was such a cool example to me because one, you did it in night, and two, it was like something that you'd probably pay a few $100s for to get at a gun store.
Yeah, back then it was, stippling was something that you kind of had to know a guy, see someone on Facebook, message them, say, hey, could you? There 100% was companies doing it, but now, I mean, there is like established companies, like either doing it by laser, so like a laser machine just
it does it all in one
does
go.
it all, or there's guys still who will Dremel a border, which I didn't do. I did it kind of incorrectly, but a purist would look at it very poorly. Or you just, do your border with that wood burner and then fill it all in a pattern. And it's a good way to add texturing to your pistol. And like I removed the finger grooves. There's a lot of guys.
I remember that. Yeah, he removed all the back grips and stippled every part that your palm was on, and I wish I'm gonna post some pictures on my Instagram when this drops, just to reference the
it's
story,
nothing
bro.
Impressive, trust me, guys.
No, it's fucking sick. He's not gonna say it's impressive.
I have some that are better. I've done like a starburst pattern.
That's fucking sick.
It's not.
Fuck yeah. Another thing I remember about the Marines is my last day, you actually took me out and we went shooting in some random ass. Yeah, the Croatan National Park. Yeah.
If you're a Marine in Lejeune and you're not going there, off-road and shoot out there, it's so much fun.
So it was fucking awesome, dude. I one time with my boys from back home, this kid Sam, and we were driving down there in my truck, and he bought a shotgun out in town for $200 and just blasting rounds at the sunroof, just because we could. We were in the middle of nowhere, and we were doing it a lot more safely than I just described in that story, but it is a fucking beautiful place.
It is. I mean, and when you say you can just do whatever, I remember we used to buy like $300 worth of canned food. And, we had this giant baby that we filmed a whole ISIS execution video. We had literally the ISIS song playing. Shama, shama, shama. And we put a black bag over it. And my buddy's wearing an emoji mask. And it's it was like Mundo.
That's comedy.
And one time we went out there, middle of nowhere, and we see this broken down truck, and it's starting to become dusk. And we're like, yo, what's up, boys? And they're like, thank God someone's out here. We have no cell service. Our vehicle's broken. We're just going to camp out tonight. And we were like, well, let's help you fix your car. And I was with my CAAT guys, and we ended up fixing their car. And they're like, you guys Marines? We're like, yeah. We're with 3-6 Weapons. We're CAAT guys. And they're like, oh, we're Motor T Battalion. We're like, so why the fuck are we fixing your shit?
What are you doing? That's all time. Yeah, I remember those shoots that you guys, because there was a few weekends where I'd go back home to Boston with some of my friends, and I remember being like, yo, you, Joe, Peter, and fucking Mundo and Canty, you guys would go out there to Croatown and just fucking blow shit up.
Blast, yeah.
I remember you guys bought watermelons and you did this multiple times too. So it's something to me. All this shit. So something to me, being from right outside of Boston, when I live in a suburb and the closest thing we have is a fucking shooting range. I've never grown up around guys that were just so comfortably going out with the boys to a fucking random ass field and just shooting shit. Just blowing shit up like it was fucking normal. And it's so awesome to me. But you guys all did everything safely and all that too, which is another thing I want to highlight is that there's a reason you guys are doing that because you're doing it safely.
Yeah.
It's you don't fucking can't do that 10 times if you're being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, there's a difference between goofy and crazy. We were being goofy.
That's a fucking bar right there. There is a difference between goofy and crazy. Wow, I love that, bro. But that's so true, bro. Hit the fucking nail on the head. You guys were not goofy at all. Yeah. You might be a little crazy, but you weren't doing goofy shit, dude.
I was thinking we were goofy, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah, it's the same thing, but yin and yang. That's not even the same thing.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Goofy's one of those other words that I've adopted recently.
I've heard that, yeah.
And it just means you're a fucking jackass.
Really?
Yeah.
No, where I'm from, Goofy's kind of he's a good dude. He's just a little silly. You definitely need context, but around here, if you call someone a goofy, you'd be like, that motherfucker's goofy. Oh, you're saying he's just
goofy. A goofy ass motherfucker. Yeah, look at that goofy ass bitch right there.
Okay. Yeah. I see that. Yeah, okay, I see that.
But then if you're another good example would be he's not gay. He's just a little goofy. He's like just a little flamboyant.
Yeah,
goofy,
yeah. It's what it
So
is.
fuck it.
Yeah.
It'll definitely go both ways. Another thing. All right, one more thing to talk about is how long have you been a Detroit Metro Parks Police for? And how do you like it? That is most important to me, honestly, is how you like it.
Yeah, so my girl, who's super badass, she's an actual Detroit cop, and I realized as she was going through her experience, I was like, man, she's getting like more stories than me. I was like, this is badass.
Yeah.
And I felt stagnant, like the business was making me money, but I was like not doing what like, you feel like you're born to do, which is like be operational and be out doing stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Protecting. Yeah, exactly. So I just went to the academy with the GI Bill. I told her, she started crying, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I had such a good time. Like, I was like the platoon leader or whatever, so I was like back in Marine mode.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. I mean, I remember not many guys were military, so I was just going so hard. And at one point, instructors would come up to me and be like, dude, you need to like, this isn't the Marines, you need to like chill. So like in like the bathroom, I remember there was one time we had a really tough PT session. Everyone was all down. It wasn't tough, but
Yeah,
just being
it was
pussies.
tough for them.
Yeah. I was like, gents, hey, I want everyone to like listen up for real. And everyone was just like, stop. And I was like, so I'm implementing like a communal pocket pussy. It's going to be chained to this wall right here. Like if you use it, you will clean it. And I was like going through this whole thing, like dead serious. And there's one dude there. His name's Wadowski. He's still a cop. He went to Afghanistan. He's an Air Force guy. He was the only one like crying, laughing. Everyone else is just like, what?
They thought you were dead.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I still want to do the business. The only place that would hire me part-time is the Metro Parks Police. So in the summer, it gets pretty busy.
Detroit police wouldn't have you?
No, I wish. They're full-time only.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
the Metro
so
Parks.
Cool though, bro. That's
it's awesome. I just
Yeah.
work the weekends, and then in the summer I work more in the weekends and events. So we still, occasionally get guns and do this and that, but it's nowhere near being a city police officer.
Yeah.
Like I'm just part-time. It keeps my cert good. I can carry anywhere.
Yeah,
I
you mentioned that last night. You can federally carry, right?
Yes, with Leosa carry. And then too, I train at Marksmanship Training Center. If you live in Michigan, we have like the best classes. But me being a assistant instructor there, they have someone who is active law enforcement. So that helps with getting law enforcement into classes.
Oh,
like
unreal.
like certified, like so we can certify them in like carbine 2 or 2-man room clearing.
That's sick.
So it's cool that it helps for them as well. So
yeah, that's fucking sweet. And what you said, Leosa, what is that? Law enforcement?
I think George Bush, the son, he implemented that at one point during his term, where it just says like it doesn't matter what state law there is. Like if you are a sworn officer in the United States, you can carry a firearm.
Fuck yeah.
And then if you are a retired officer, you did like your 20 years. And if you keep up with your certification, you can still maintain that across the country. And the idea is like post 9/11, like so we have people protecting people when they're off duty around the country at any time. Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Mm-hmm. There's only one fucking person that's going to stop a bad guy. It's the good guys.
Yes.
And if there's more good guys on the street, then there's going to be less bad guys.
100%,
It's so
man.
fucking simple. It's like I always get like a bad rap from my people who, we talked about this last night, but they see what I post on social media.
Yeah.
And they see my rants and they see me talking shit about the cops and they see me talking shit about this and that. It's like, I'm talking shit about the worst examples of all time.
You have like an example to talk shit about.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about that like thing.
That specific example, but like 99% of the cops and other people that want to protect people, like it's with guns, to me, it's like the people that want guns are wanting them for good shit. The people that are using them for bad, like if you're gonna get a gun to commit a crime, you most likely do that fucking crime and then it's over. Like you get caught and then it's over. You do this heinous act and it's over. I've fucking had my gun for 10 years and thank God I've never had to use it. I've only pulled it one time when some guy got crazy with me in traffic. But like you said last night, the de-escalation of pulling a pistol is way more than like most of these people could ever do to de-escalate a conflict. But that's exactly what it does. It de-escalates. And
that stat of you preventing, because he could have had a gun and thought, damn, he's a hard target now. I'm just done. That there are no statistics recorded on what you just did. Like that moment happens probably 10 times right now that someone draws a gun and it stops something from ever happening, and then they call the police, whatever. But that the FBI doesn't collect that data, so we don't. When they talk about gun violence in this country and like the good guy saving the day, and he's only done it this many times this year, they don't include that.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is it could be out of this world statistically.
I've heard it on some podcasts when they talked about it, and that the first thing I thought was like, yeah, exactly what you said is like, wow, imagine seeing that fucking data. Like seeing how many times either a fucking criminal or like a thief breaking into someone's house or anything is going to commit their crime or in the act of committing a crime, and they stop because they don't want to lose their fucking life over it. That should be celebrated. That should be like promoted about the guns.
Yes.
Like it shouldn't be, I mean, there's no promotion of safe firearm ownership at all in this country, which I fucking hate. Yeah. I truly believe everyone, if they can operate it safely, like you and me, they should have one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have a ton of friends who are saying, oh, well, you're in the Marines. I think you should have one, but not no motherfucking regular civilian. Why not? What's special about you and me?
Yeah.
I don't really think a lot. I think it's just up here, we're mentally mature and we have the training. But like, I don't think American citizens who didn't serve the military are any different than us.
No.
I think everyone should have guns.
100%. I used to try to make a good argument to why people should own a firearm or a gun. I'm going to say a weapon because it's designed to kill people or to stop someone from being killed.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly hearing with like the NRA, they'll say like, don't say the W word. Like, fuck that. It's a fucking weapon. Yeah. But I mean, not throwing shit on you. It's just something internally. It's just, I try to stop myself. But I've always tried to formulate a reason to own a weapon when someone counters me with like why you shouldn't. And I just narrowed it down finally to the reason why I own a gun or a weapon is because I'm not a slave. Like that's it. I'm not a fucking slave. Like I will be my own arbiter of what, my safety and my family's.
Yep.
Just I'm not a slave. Like I'm sorry. Like
another fucking I don't know. I got to look up the recent stats, but I hate talking shit, especially on my own podcast when I don't know the actual stats. So eventually I'll have someone that'll pull shit up for me. But it's something like 7 to 9 minutes is the average police response in this country.
I believe it, yeah.
Now, if you call the police for someone that's robbing you or sexually assaulting you or rape, anything like that you don't want, 7 to 9 minutes is a fucking long ass time. And even if you cut that down to 5, that's a long ass time.
100%.
Like a crime can happen in 10 seconds. You can feel uncomfortable in half a second. So the more people that have firearms and are doing the right thing and protecting those around them who may be a little more vulnerable or unaware, the safer we're going to be as a nation.
Definitely, man. I will totally agree.
Yeah, it's crazy that that is a debate.
Yeah, we have to talk about this.
It really is fucking crazy because everyone that I have a ton of liberal friends. I love all my liberal friends. I truly think the word liberal has gotten so fucking twisted around. It's like my mother, one of my favorite quotes my mother's always told me is that just because you have empathy doesn't mean you're a liberal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have so much empathy for so many people. I feel you guys, ton of shit. But then I'm like, wait, are you not using common sense?
Yes.
Are you not using the logic? Like I am absolutely appalled with all the gun violence and the school shootings and everything bad that comes with guns. But I'm going to put myself above all that. I'm going to say, hey, that's awful. Fuck no. I don't want any of it. I fucking completely detest it. But when it comes to me, like I don't want anyone in charge of my safety than me.
100%.
And I've also said this to friends too, like, because I'm, like I told you last time, I'm a member at the gun range, but I barely go shoot just as I'm too busy fishing or doing other shit. Like,
change that now.
I need to get it. It's a hobby that I've like lost and I really should be training more. But my whole point of that is like, I'm not really a gun guy. I'm a protect Greg Simeone guy. Like if the fucking best way to protect me was carrying around a fucking javelin, I would do that. This tiny little compact pistol that I put in my pocket is the size of my iPhone that I've never had to use in the 10 years that I've had it. It makes me feel that much safer.
Yeah.
And fucking, I can't say enough good things about carrying and people like you who are promoting the promoting the right way to do it. Promoting the safe way to do it. You are a police officer, so you see people that shouldn't have guns and you get them from them. But then you always, like, I think you would, like you said earlier about teaching the people how to shoot. It's like there's way more that comes from teaching than taking.
Yes,
type
yes,
shit.
yes,
Like,
yes, exactly.
So it's like
changing the mentality.
mhm.
And when you said like you're not a gun person, I mean, think of all the people you've talked to or heard podcasts that are like former SF that are saying like wrong things about the niche gun culture and stuff. You see in the comments. I mean, some of those guys killed more people than Ebola, and they're not gun people. You know, like
it's crazy.
and when I work at Marksmanship Training Center, and Greg, the director of training, who I'm good friends with, he was in the Marine Corps 12 years. He worked with the CIA as a contractor. He's one of those dudes, killed more people than Ebola. And he's told me multiple times, I'm not a gun dude. But he trains every day. When I go out there, we're 15-hour night vision classes. Like
That's fucking awesome.
I mean, he is just on it. If he misses one round, he hangs it in his house and like stares at it every day. You know, so he's not a gun person.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So
no, that's cool. I also have a huge admiration for people who perfect shit. Like you said, this guy's training. He's hanging up his fucking misses, or he's probably thinking about it, stuff like that. It's like everyone's not an expert at everything, but when you see someone physically have the drive to like get better, like I fucking love it.
It's motivating.
It's motivating.
It trickles off to you.
Yeah, it does for me too. Like I coached a hockey camp this summer, and actually a kid I was in boot camp with, he had a son, 2019, and this fucker was in my hockey camp this year. So it's like my boy that I was in the Marine Corps with.
Wow.
I'm teaching his fucking son. It was awesome. But the funniest part about it was like, and I can be honest because Kevin's my boy, but he started as the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 2 years younger than everyone else. But at the end of the 10 weeks, he was by far the most improved. Like fucking night and day. Yeah.
You kept on him? Like you kept...
Yeah, we were all like kind of behind him. Like, hey, come on, Owen, come on. Like, but he actually improved, like, for real. Like, went from a kid who could not skate at all to, like, a little kid who's buzzing up and down the ice. So it's really all that takes is that short little time. But, like, to me, the point of that story is to highlight how motivating it is to see progress from me.
Seriously.
I love that shit.
You were part of that. Like, you contributed to that.
Yeah.
Huge contributed. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was very grateful to have that experience. I love coaching. I love teaching. And that's something that I've seen you're passionate about too, is coaching and teaching. And it's so fucking cool to see someone who has the same passion, but on the different side. So like you mostly coach adults, right? Mm-hmm. And definitely that's a different ball game too. But it's like when no one's ever done anything before, you all present with the same mushy brain.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old learning weapon safety is the same thing as a 90-year-old who's never heard about it at all.
And the 9-year-old might even be better because like there's a clean slate. You know, this adult watched John Wayne movies and has an ego because I'm a guy, I should know how to do this. Yeah. That's why like people always say women are usually, you know, more teachable in firearms. Like my girl, she shot, I think, 3rd highest in the class. And I mean, when I took her out, she was grouping quarter size 5-shot groups with, sick. You know, with the same pistol from back in the Marine Corps, that same Glock.
Oh, really?
That was the first handgun she ever shot. But yeah, and I treated her like a Lance Corporal, like the whole time we were out there. It's like, stop, you know, like boyfriend just shut off. And it works, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so cool to see.
But women do need more positive reinforcement. We're like guys, you know, you have to be like, you fucking suck, keep going. But a girl, even if they do, like, that was all right, you did this all right, but you get, and you learn how to like deal with that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Same with kids. I'm sure there's things you have to do with children.
Yeah, there's some I found like I would way more rather relate to them, and there's different styles everywhere. Mm-hmm. I find it better to relate to people, to be like, hey, I don't want to do this, but this is why, or I didn't enjoy this, but this is what I got from it. Mm-hmm. Like, as opposed to people that are just like you said, the dictator, just do this, do that,
do as I say, not as I do. Yeah.
1000%. Yeah, dude, this is a fucking great talk. I love hearing like even
yapping, baby.
Dude, absolute yap sesh right now. But no, I'm having a fucking blast.
Me too, man. Me too.
I really fucking have wanted to talk to you for a while, and I couldn't have even imagined that we had such a fucking sick combo like
Hell
this.
yeah,
like,
bro. I know.
It's been cool to me. I guess All right. Before we go, though, I want you to talk a little bit about the other podcast you went on, because I think that's all I do is watch podcasts and YouTube, and I love all of it. There's a reason mine hasn't been released yet, and it's my personal reason, but I have that much more admiration and respect and gratitude for the guys that have released theirs, because they knew what they wanted and they have a blueprint and they're doing it, and that's fucking awesome to me. And I can do nothing but watch them and soak in all the free game I want and make it my own. And so I guess I just wanted you to talk a little bit about your experience on those podcasts and those dudes.
Like the Hawk Tui podcast I was on, it was pretty good.
Hawk Tui?
Yeah, I was on recently the Prepared Mindset podcast, which every podcast I've been on has like a specific goal in mind. Like, for instance, Prepared Mindset, he is very CQB orientated. Like, that's his hobby he enjoys to pursue. And he has no military background. He's, I think, a banker, and he really enjoys just taking classes and learning.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So and he uses my product. So to be able to talk to someone, to his viewers that are preparing for the worst day of their life, or just, to make it a hobby, getting someone that's in the industry to speak to them directly is important. And then I was on like EOD Fish's podcast, where he is all gear oriented. Like, he doesn't really talk about training or anything like that. So that was, bread and butter. We're talking about like manufacturing and like the nitty gritty, because he analyzes products like, oh, this stitching and, it's used in this manner. So I got to talk about like how to implement my product in like the best way. And we just had this big conversation about antenna theory and, stuff like that. Yeah. So
that's cool.
And we're here, we're two boys discussing life and success and entrepreneurship and going a different avenue on it.
Yeah. Trying to figure it out. It's a fucking, life's a journey, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't think everyone completely knows what they're doing, but there's a few guys like you that have a little bit figured out, or a lot figured out to me, but I know you're not going to say you have everything figured out, but like it really means a lot to me to talk to you today and shoot the shit.
Thank you so much for
been fucking fun.
Bringing me here, man.
Hell yeah.
This is awesome.
All right, so shout out to those guys. Shout out New Hampshire 2A. Shout out EOD Fish. Shout out Prepared Mindset. Quinn, I've had a fucking blast with you on the show today. Anything else you want to say? Any last shout outs?
I feel like I wanted to do this in the beginning, but we got to do some Greg stories for the viewer. I think we got to do some Greg stories. So I was just thinking one. So whenever I describe Greg, I usually started out with like a photo, and it's this photo which I lost for a while, and I got it from Joe. But it was some crazy night we had out in town. Greg was notorious for like but being involved allegedly in fights.
Starting.
Yeah, allegedly. But so I have this famous picture of us all at a Waffle House, and Greg's shirt is just completely ripped up. There's a nipple. You got your nipple piercing.
Yeah, my nipple ring.
Yeah, and you're just like, ready to order. And you're just like, like a homeless person. But another time, I don't know if you remembered this. I have more great stories, but I can't figure them out in my head. But one time we went to the gym together, which we never really went to the gym that much together because we were in different platoons and stuff. Yeah. But we went to the one on Lejeune by the Chow Hall, the double-decker. Yep. And we did a good workout, and you're like, yo, let's hit the sauna. So we go in the sauna. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Yeah. And so, we go in there, shirts off, and we see this guy who's clearly older. So like in the Marine Corps, if you see someone older, they're probably higher up. He had some gray. And he just looks at Greg and his fucking nipple piercings, and he's like, either take it the fuck off or leave. And Greg's like, all right, we're leaving. We just bounce out of there.
I remember that, bro. He's a fucking Spanish dude. It's like an old bald head gunny, bro, or some shit. Yeah. But yeah, they know my swag, not my story, all right? Fuck that, dude. Oh, that's hilarious. You remember that.
And man, I wish I could remember some of the other nights, just in the bear. I don't know how far, we're not going to get too deep into it, but there was Royal Marines that we partied with.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If those guys are still out there, we need to send your boy a message.
We do. We
have
him on fucking Facebook. I'm forgetting his name right now.
But yeah, just real quick for the viewers, we went out to this bar called Heroes, and their slogan was, it's so close you can low crawl back home. Yeah. And it unfortunately got destroyed in a hurricane in like 2018, 19?
I didn't
So
know that.
it's no
I
longer-
remember hearing that it was closing down, but
They
I
were
didn't
gonna
know it was
fix
'cause of a
it.
hurricane.
Yeah, it never got brought back up.
That sucks, dude.
So we go there and we meet these Royal Marines, and we just start getting plastered till like 2 a.m, and then the place is like, all right, we're closed. We're like, well, our barracks are right over here. Just
Right
keep drinking
across
with
the
us.
street. Yep.
Yeah, so we all go over there. We're all drinking. We're showing them our guns we hid in our like coffee pots and shit. And they're like, yo, you can own these? We're like, yeah, we can even carry these. They're like, no way, bro. And we're drinking. They're like, let's do a running contest, 3 miles. And we're like, oh, hold up. Like, maybe we'll do pull-ups. So we do pull-ups. We find this like French soldier walking across the street, just blackout drunk, and he has nowhere to go. And the Royal Marines are like, he's staying in our barracks. Let's help him out. So he speaks like some weird dialect of Spanish. So we knock on our Puerto Rican Mundo, his room. He's asleep, probably masturbating or something. He comes out in like the smallest tighty whities possible. And we're like, we need you to translate. So he's like, okay, man. And he goes out, still no shirt in the tighty whities. And he's just like, I have a video of him like seriously.
There goes the fucking man, dude.
Yeah, and we figure out where this guy has to go, so we get him back. But an interesting situation, if Greg wants to tell it, whether or not with these Royal Marines. But then the night ends. It's like 9 a.m, and these guys are like, "Let's get more beers and let's keep it going." We're like, "Bro, it is literally 9 a.m on a Sunday.
We had
Like
PT.
we're good, bro."
I actually do remember that all the way up until the next morning when I think we were in someone's barracks room and we looked out and we were like, oh shit, it's light out.
The sun is fully up. Yeah.
But we were on the catwalk for the majority of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking man. I also remember he said, fucking redhead dude with the mustache. I have him on Facebook. I'll know exactly his name. Fucking awesome dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, like the only thing I know about America is Tom Brady. I fucking love Tom Brady. So I gave him a beanie, like just a regular old Navy beanie with the Patriots logo on it. But to me, that was like, he was so grateful for it because the only thing he had really known and liked about America was Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and I had run into a Patriots superfan at that time. So,
and you said you still see photos. You would see photos.
Yeah, I saw
years.
him years later with the fucking wearing the hat on Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, yeah,
those are the type
awesome,
of dudes you never meet again in your life, but you're like, and that's the positive thing about social media with all the negatives. Like, that's so cool. You get to like see
his life and what he's doing.
I would see him like with his girl going to like the Bahamas. I'm like, good for him.
Yeah, Dude, he was a badass too.
Yeah.
I think he was like, or are there Marine Special Forces?
The Royal Marines are really interesting. From what I understand, they don't have like support units or personnel. It's just like Royal Marines. So it's like, it's selective. It's pretty
small.
So they're just like infantry centric, like dudes that are very well trained.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love all this military talk, bro. I don't talk to too many people about like shit like this, but it's so interesting to me. All the tactics, the CQB, shoots, the this and that. And I have a really good friend of mine who was in SF and Rangers and all that and went overseas, did his thing for a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked him to go on the podcast. And he's like, oh, I don't know about like my image in the community. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Respect.
Because I want to be his friend. He's my boy before way over that. And that shit, I respect more than anything. It's like, I also know kids that are SEALs that have said shit like that to me. Like, fuck yeah, bro. That's fine. I don't care. Like, as long as I can hear it, I can hear the stories physically, though. Yeah. That's what I care about. I don't care. Like, you know who you are. We don't need to record this shit. Keep showing me the pictures. Keep telling me stories.
Exactly.
I love all of it. Just like when your girl and them were showing me cool pictures.
Oh, yeah.
All of that. Cool. Like, if you have a cool job and you want to show me cool shit, I'll always accept it.
And have them on and just talk, and that stuff will trickle out if it needs to.
Yeah.
They have to understand, like, you're not talking to them for their identity. You're talking to them for them.
Yes.
And I think if you explain it to them, they would understand.
Dude, this is the same kid that I told you about. He fucking wicked cool dude, multifaceted. Like, again, military is like 1/5 of him, or like 5%.
That's awesome.
He's just such a smart dude. He was also the first one of our friends to find weights. In 8th grade, he started lifting weights, and I'll never forget. I'm like, that motherfucker. One summer, he come back and he's got muscles like. And all my friends, we drank every day at high school. I never had a shred of muscle until I got in the Marine Corps. But he figured that out somehow, and then he just tore his fucking MCL, ACL, everything in his knee on a bad bike accident. And he was like, holy shit, I'm about to look at like 6 to 8 months of recovery. He went down a crazy deep rabbit hole in peptides. and started doing the peptides, and he healed himself in 2 months. And this motherfucker just ran a marathon last week.
Wow, good for
2
him.
months after that. Yeah. And
Good
so
for him.
I saw that progress. I texted him, picked his brain a little bit. He sent me everything that he went down the rabbit hole. And now I'm in the process of healing myself. But it's like, to me, it is so invaluable to have people like that in my life who are proactively trying.
Bettering
themselves every fucking day. It doesn't matter whether it's work or relationships, school, whatever, health. It's like there's always room for improvement. There's always room for information to be had too. And
Yes.
all it was the kid fucking Googling what's the latest medical technology and this and that. And all of that compounded into now he fixed his fucking leg and ran a marathon in 2 months.
It's amazing, man.
Crazy, dude.
And like the vulnerability to like, because he probably made mistakes along the way, and like if you had him on to hear his vulnerability throughout that is such a huge thing, because like we don't get to hear that enough. Like I think one of the most impactful podcasts I listened to was Travis Haley has one. He hasn't posted in a while, but on his second podcast he talked about how like his biggest regret was going on all these deployments and missing like important parts of his son's life, and he just like started bawling, crying. And I was like, bro, like this dude literally killed more people in Ebola. Like he's the most hardest dude I've ever, and then he's like crying about this. I was like, that is so awesome.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so real. That's so admirable to do that.
It is crazy too. It's like, cause some of the biggest killers I know are some of the most emotional people ever.
Yes.
And like empathetic and nice and friendly. And like, to me, like at 29 years old, there's really only fucking one way I can like someone. That's if they're nice to me.
Yes.
How they fucking treat. I don't care if you have a cool car, if you get more pussy than me, you have more money than me. Like if you're nice to me, I like you. And
exactly.
That's how it should be. But like with this whole world and social media and everything, everybody's pocket watching, everyone's watching each other's Instagram, comparing each other. But it's like, bro, you're nice to me. That's all I care about. And that's all anyone should care about.
Definitely, man.
So, yeah, what a yap sesh, dude. I'm having a blast.
Yap sesh, bro.
Absolute
Just ear raped
yapper.
everyone on the headphones.
Cunts.
Yeah, baby. What's that? You remember the meme MLG where people would like spam the hit markers and like the horn, and they would post like Doritos spinning, and we're gonna look that up later. But
I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah, baby, a triple, and then 360 no scope, and the intervention from
No, I know the quick scope memes. Definitely. Fuck yeah. How do we want to end this? Any last words?
We should both. The first one to come is
whoever can shoot their nut farthest across this table.
Or we weigh it, the amount on the mic. We weigh how much there is.
Yeah. And we'll put each one of our vials of nut
and have them touch.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So like whoever's nut weighs more.
Yeah. Okay.
It shows it. All right.
Down.
Hopefully, if you are a close family member or friend, you have stopped listening by now. But if you're listening to this, then fucking thank you. And Will, I really appreciate you coming on, bro. I had a fucking blast today. I appreciate getting drinks with you and your girl last night. That
Thanks
was
for coming
fun.
out, bro. That's a drive. I appreciate you making it.
Bro. It was a drive coming down here too that I appreciate just as much. And we I really hope we can do this again, bro.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Let's do a mini
Thanks,
hug
dog.
on camera.
What a cute one. Yeah, we got to cut the camera now.
Yeah. Shut it up.
Peace.
See ya.